Hey listeners, this is Ben, the Amateur Exegete, and you're listening to episode 15 of Bible Study for Amateurs. Today's episode is An Amateur's Toolbox, the Jewish Annotated New Testament. Today, we look at the third in the trio of volumes that have a consciously Jewish take on biblical texts, the Jewish Annotated New Testament. Like its counterpart on the Apocrypha, this Oxford University Press-produced volume is based upon the New Revised Standard Version. And this edition I'm discussing today is the second edition that was fully revised and expanded on from the first. The editors of the volume are two names you probably recognize, Amy Jo Levine and Mark Zvi Brettler. As they write in the preface, the Jewish Annotated New Testament represents the first time a gathering of Jewish scholars wrote a complete commentary on the New Testament. Let's begin with the introductions to each book of the New Testament. Like any study Bible, there is a discussion of authorship, date, contents, and themes. But like its sister volume, the Jewish Annotated Apocrypha, for some books there is a section that connects it with Judaism. Some of you may be wondering, if the New Testament is a Christian text, why would there be any connection to Judaism? It's a good question. Without getting into great detail that would make excellent fodder for its own episode of Bible Study for Amateurs, let me just say that the reason connecting the books of the New Testament to Judaism is important is because most of the authors of the New Testament were themselves Jews. Not only that, but the person they purported to follow, Jesus of Nazareth, was a Jew. The earliest Christ followers were Jews, as were many in the next few generations. On to the notes. Like virtually all study Bibles, the notes appear at the bottom of the page. The notes in the Jewish Annotated New Testament are extensive and bring to bear on the text not only the Hebrew Bible, but Josephus, Philo, and even later rabbinic texts. For example, in Mark chapter 16, verse 1, we are told that the women had to wait until the Sabbath had ended to go and anoint Jesus' body. A note on this verse written by Lawrence Wills says that Jewish customs of anointing for burial appear in Mishnah Shabbat 23:5, which also notes the limitations on preparation of the body on the Sabbath. While the Mishnah postdates the New Testament, there are good reasons to think that many of the traditions it contains are from the 1st century CE, and so alerting readers to various tractates in the Mishnah gives readers of the New Testament a deeper knowledge of what they're looking at. Finally, let's talk about the articles. There are 54 in this volume. 54! And they cover a wide range of subjects, including Jewish history from 331 BCE to 135 CE, the meaning and usage of the word Judaios, Jewish family life in the 1st century CE, Messianic movements, and so much more. Some of the contributors include Joshua Garraway, Jody Magnus, Ruth Langer, Daniel Boyarin, Leonard Greenspoon, and Susanna Heschel, to just name a few. It is an impressive collection of essays, and given that it spans nearly 200 pages, it is a book in its own right, and worth the price of the volume. Taken together with the Jewish Study Bible and the Jewish Annotated Apocrypha, the Jewish Annotated New Testament is a worthy addition to any amateur's toolbox. Listening to Jewish scholars as they break down these ancient texts often gives us deep insight into the meaning and import of those texts. And given the history of anti-Semitism in both history generally and biblical studies particularly, it is only to our benefit that we hear what they have to say. This trilogy of volumes is a great place to start. That's all the time we've got this week. See you next time. And remember, in the words of Richard Elliott Friedman, one does not need to deny what is troubling about the Bible in order to pay respect to what is heartening. Thanks for listening.